Have you ever looked at the world around you and thought, something just isn't right? It feels like we're living through a movie, one where the plot is spiraling faster and faster. Turn on the news, and what do you see? Unprecedented chaos, conflict on a global scale, and a sense of unease that's hard to shake. It makes you wonder, are these just random, disconnected events, or are they pieces of a much larger puzzle? Are we, right now, living through what ancient prophecies described as the end times? This isn't about fear-mongering. It's about looking at the world with open eyes, connecting the dots, and asking the tough questions. So, let us explore the signs together and see what they might be telling us about the very age we live in. For thousands of years, ancient texts have described a specific set of signs that would precede a great and final change for humanity. Let's start with the Earth itself. We're seeing a dramatic increase in natural disasters. Earthquakes are shaking regions once thought stable. Famines are threatening millions, not just in distant lands, but closer to home than we'd like to admit. And pestilences, well, the last few years have shown us just how vulnerable our global society is to a single, unseen threat. These aren't just isolated incidents anymore. They are a pattern, a drumbeat getting louder and louder. Ancient scriptures mention these very things: earthquakes in diverse places, famines, and pestilences, as the beginning of sorrows. It's as if our planet is groaning, signaling that a significant shift is underway. When you look at the sheer frequency and intensity of these events, it's hard not to see a parallel to those ancient warnings. Are these just the growing pains of a changing planet, or are they the signs we were told to watch for? Now, let's shift our focus from the natural world to the world of human conflict. The prophecies are very clear on this. You will hear of wars and rumors of wars. Does that sound familiar? Today, it feels like the entire globe is a tinderbox. We see nations rising against nations, kingdoms against kingdoms. Tensions are simmering in every corner of the world, from Eastern Europe to the South China Sea. But one nation, in particular, is often highlighted as a prophetic centerpiece: Israel. For nearly 2,000 years, the Jewish people were scattered across the globe, and the nation of Israel ceased to exist. Yet, against all historical odds, in 1948, Israel was reborn. Many students of prophecy see this as the super sign, the ultimate fulfillment of a promise that sets the final prophetic clock ticking. The continued conflict and global focus on this tiny strip of land is not a coincidence to them. They see it as a clear indicator that we are in a unique and prophetically significant era. The constant headlines about wars and the unending diplomatic drama surrounding Israel are not just geopolitics. For many, they are the very rumors of wars that were foretold. Beyond the headlines of wars and disasters, there's a more subtle, yet profound, shift happening within our societies, within our very hearts. The scriptures warned of a time when the love of many will grow cold. Look around. We live in an age of unprecedented division. People are more polarized than ever, locked in digital echo chambers, often losing empathy for those who think differently. The prophecies also speak of a time when people would be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boastful, proud, and ungrateful. This perfectly describes the culture of materialism and narcissism that's celebrated today. Social media, while connecting us, also fuels a constant comparison and a chase for validation through likes and shares. Deception is rampant. Fake news and misinformation have become so common that it's difficult to know what is true anymore. Leaders deceive their people deceive each other, and many even deceive themselves. This societal decay, this cooling of love and rise of self-obsession, isn't just a modern social problem. It's another one of those signs, a moral and spiritual shift that aligns precisely with the descriptions of the last days. It's a change not just in our world, but in us. Now let's talk about something that feels uniquely modern: technology. How could ancient writers possibly have predicted the world of microchips, global surveillance, and digital currency? Yet, when you read the prophecies, the connections are startling. One of the most famous, and perhaps most misunderstood, prophecies is about a future global system of control, the mark of the beast. The text describes a time when no one can buy or sell without a specific mark on their right hand or on their forehead. For centuries, people wondered how such a system could even be possible. But today, we're living in the beta test. We're moving rapidly towards a cashless society. Digital transactions, biometrics like facial recognition and fingerprint scanners, and even implantable microchips are no longer science fiction. They're here. We already have the technology to link a person's identity to their ability to participate in the economy. A centralized digital currency could be controlled, tracked, and even switched off by a central authority. Think about that. The framework for a global economic system, exactly as described thousands of years ago, is being built right before our very eyes. This isn't a conspiracy theory. It's observing technological trends and seeing how they align, with chilling accuracy, to ancient prophetic warnings. With all this talk of disasters, wars, and control, it's easy to feel a sense of dread or helplessness. But that's not the intended message. The prophecies were not given to scare us, but to prepare us. They are a message of hope, a heads up from a loving creator who wants us to be ready. This isn't about building a bunker and hiding from the world. It's about building our spiritual foundation. It's a call to wake up from our spiritual slumber and make a conscious choice. The very fact that these signs are converging is seen not as a countdown to doom, but as a testament to the faithfulness of the scriptures. It means the story is heading towards its climax, and the promised return of Jesus Christ to establish a kingdom of peace and justice is drawing near. This perspective transforms fear into anticipation and anxiety into peace. It gives us a reason to live with purpose, to be patient in tribulation, and to focus on what truly matters, our relationship with God and with others. It's an invitation. The signs are there for all to see, but the choice of how to respond is deeply personal. It's an opportunity to seek truth, to find faith, and to secure a hope that transcends the chaos of this world. So, as we look at the world, as we see the natural disasters, the geopolitical chess games, the societal decay, and the rise of controlling technology, we are left with a choice. We can dismiss it all as a coincidence, as the chaotic but meaningless march of history. Or we can see it as a convergence, a pattern of signs that were laid out for us thousands of years ago. The decision is yours. But the call is to be watchful, to be aware, and to be prepared. This isn't about predicting a date on the calendar. It's about recognizing the season we are in. It's about looking up, not in fear, but in hopeful expectation for what lies ahead. The world may seem to be falling apart, but for those who are watching, it might just be falling into place. Take this time to reflect, to seek answers for yourself, and to prepare your heart. The times we are living in are truly unprecedented. Thank you for watching. If this video made you think, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that dares to ask the big questions.